My name is Michael Reardon, and I'm a mindset coach. I work primarily with people who are stuck where they are and they want to be someplace different. So they're looking for growth in their life, but they don't know how to get there yet. So this podcast is going to be geared at helping people with their mindset and to develop a different mindset that's going to be more in line with what they're looking for. So one of the questions I get a lot is, what is a mindset? And looking at the definition of what a mindset is, we have to understand that it's going to be different for everyone, right? So if we're looking at just a simple definition of what a mindset is, we will understand that it's something that shapes our beliefs, right? And we have to understand that what we believe is going to be what is going to come true. So if you can believe something, then you can achieve something. And a well-known quote from Henry Ford, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're correct. And it has to do with your mindset. So when we're looking at our mindset, we are faced with two different types of mindsets, typically. And the first one we're going to be talking about is a fixed mindset, okay? And a fixed mindset, people believe in their qualities. They have fixed traits, right? Where they believe, oh, I can only do this. I'm 5'4", I can't dunk, right? They have a lot of limitations. And they will use that mindset to give themselves excuses for why they can't do something. So what needs to really happen is for you to understand, okay, I'm in this type of mindset, but this mindset is not going to give me the results that I want. So what do? That's when you have to start to go on your journey and to develop what needs to be done. So I have a lot of free content on my website where you can go and you can type in blogs and look at all the different types of mindset articles that I have written, right? So finding your mindset, how to organize your mind, healthy habits, being, committing to the cause, etc. All right. And just the difference between what a mindset is and being mindful. And that's more meditation type of thing. But going back to what mindset is, it provides you with the fuel needed to get yourself to your destination, right? So if you're in a fixed mindset, you're in a place where you're complacent, right? Where you say, okay, I'm happy with my 9 to 5. I'm happy with the person I'm dealing with, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, right? It doesn't matter, but you're content. And if you have a feeling inside of you and you're thinking that you deserve more, most likely you do. And a lot of people are afraid to go after that more. They just say, well, this is pretty good. Okay, well, what happened if I gave you $20? I said, here you go, $20. You're going to be pretty happy, right? I gave you $20. But then I gave the person next to you $100. Maybe something that goes in your head is, why did he get $100 or she get $100, but I only got 20? And it's because I say, okay, well, you have a fixed mindset and they have a growth mindset. My money is going to go further with them than it will with you. Of course, you will rebuke it. You might say, oh, okay, I don't think that's fair, right? Well, guess what? Life is definitely not fair. So having a fixed mindset is going to keep you down rather than keep you up. Now, when we're looking at the different types of mindset and we're going into growth, we're going to see that it's going to be catered to us achieving better, right? For us to develop into our best self, to reach our highest potential. And that is our growth mindset. So when we're looking at our different types of mindsets, we want to find a mindset that's going to help us become the person we want to be. Because if we're going to not understand our journey, then we're going to have a really tough time in where we want to be, right? So, talking about mindsets in general, we know that it's going to help us get the life that we want. Whether we have a fixed mindset, a growth mindset, whether you believe things are abundant or scarce, you have a limiting mindset. All right. And depending on what type of mindset is, you are going to be able to go after more, go after different things in your life. So there was something that happened the other day in the Olympics with Simone Biles. And she's a gymnast. She's a wonderful gymnast. She's won, I believe, 4 gold medals already. And she withdrew from a competition. And there was a lot of people talking negatively about her, saying how she should have competed, how she was giving up, etc., etc. But if we just read this first paragraph, the U.S. superstar gymnast Simone Biles will not compete in the uneven bars of vault individuals finals on Sunday, after pulling out of the team and all-around finals to focus on her mental health. And in the news, her mental health was labeled her mindset. So what was wrong with her mindset that she felt she needed to not compete? Now, I understand there were some other factors that led to her decision, but just looking at mindset in general, what was some of the limiting factors that stopped her and made her make this decision? And if you think about it, she has a lot of pressure on her, right? She's probably thinking, what if I fail? What if I do this wrong? Even though she has done this routine countless times, she now is faced with, okay, either I can perform to my best capabilities, or I don't perform, so I don't have to worry about if I don't achieve greatness. And I would not know what she's actually going through in her mind, because I would have to have a conversation with her. But it seems like she was really having some mental obstacles in her head, right? Things that might have been whispering in her ear saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that alone would be enough for her to say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do this round. I'm going to maybe try the next round. I've already accomplished great things in my life. So this right here is just an added bonus. And whether she is excited about it or not, she is going to be happy with herself at the end of the day, hopefully, right? Because she's a strong athlete, right? She has a very good regimen. She has very strong habits. And all that is conducive to a strong mindset. Now, for her to break down in these Olympics, it's kind of strange though, because it had to be something that was leading up unto the Olympics. Because not on the day of the Olympics, even if you were nervous, you would still say, you know, I'm going to give it my all. I want to be there. I want to try. And even if you fall, even if you fail, at least you tried. So here we have a video of another runner who was doing her thing where she was running and then she falls. We won't be able to go full screen, but we will just... Oh, there we go. So we're going to play this video and you're going to see that a runner falls and she doesn't get up and she doesn't say, oh, curses, I tripped. Oh, I don't really want to deal with this anymore. I lost. She didn't admit defeat. She did something else. First place. So let's talk about that. Simone Biles was afraid to fall. Maybe, right? We don't know. I know there was maybe going to be some point deductions with her. Some talk about that. But we have this runner here. And she falls. She falls down. How many times have you fell in life? It doesn't have to be physically. It could be you got fired from a job. You were in a relationship and the relationship didn't work out, right? You failed there. Maybe you failed as a parent. You can fail at a lot of things in life. But what makes a failure? A failure, right? Like, what will constitute you to say you have failed? Yes, you could have fallen. You could have made a mistake. But what constitutes you to be a failure? And that's giving up. So we have two different athletes. One pushed, one didn't. So where one's mindset could tell you where one was thinking maybe in a limiting mindset and one was thinking in a growth mindset, where one was thinking, I'm good where I am right now, but I want to focus on me, right? So it's not on the outside world about what you're able to accomplish. It's what you need to look at out from the inside. And sometimes that's fine. I'm not going to say that you have to not take time out for yourself, because that's very important. It's a crucial thing to take time out for yourself and to understand that aspect. But there has to be some accountability in what you do and how much you give. So a little bit about me. I'm very routined, right? I have a routine I follow every day. I know what I'm going to do, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So 5:30, wake up, gym time. I'm at the gym. And the only reason I wouldn't be at the gym if I'm sick, because I have a rule not to go to the gym if I'm sick, because I would hate to be at the gym if I'm sick and get other people sick. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't go to the gym. Other than that, 5:30, my alarm rings. I have a special type of ringtone where it goes to a Spotify playlist. So my Spotify playlist is actually just public for anyone to be able to use that same type of playlist. And this playlist is pretty cool because it's just motivational speeches with some music. And the name of the first one that I made, and I've used this one for probably 3 years now, it's called Wake Me Up. And here's all the information and the user number if you wanted to check out that playlist. And there's a bunch of motivational speech talk, over an hour worth. And that's the first thing I listen to in the morning, or one of the first things I listen to in the morning. And when I find myself wanting to quit, wanting to not wake up, wanting to hit the snooze button, which I deactivate so I can't even hit it, but to be like someone who wants to hit that snooze button, go back under the covers, because going back to sleep is easy. Waking up is hard. Going to work is hard every single day. Giving it your all every single day. That is hard. But it shows you exactly what you're made up of. And this is the second playlist here. It's called Lift Up. And this is, again, my user. And you can use those two playlists to give you some motivational self-talk and to help put your mindset in the right order. Because at the end of the day, your mindset is what makes you up. So, taking away the two runners, right? Two totally different people, two totally different situations, but two great examples of how you can fall and get up and keep trying, or give up before even trying. And not to say that Simone did the wrong thing. It's very important to take care of your mental health. But at the same time, what would you have done if you were in her shoes? Right? And then that would be an opinion. That would be what you think is right. For me, I would have gave it a shot. If I failed, I failed. I would have learned. Because for me, I allow failures to be lessons. So if I learn something and I say, oops, made a mistake there, I can learn from that mistake, right? That's my mindset. If someone gives me constructive criticism, maybe they say they don't like me, I say, okay, not a problem, right? What they say doesn't have a personal effect on me, right? Because at the end of the day, I have to be in control of my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. And there's ways you can control that in other people, but to an extent, only to an extent. So we have to start young, because now we're older, most of us, where at least we're in our teens, and we are going through life trying to figure out what is the best course of action for us. So we have to figure out what we can do. How can we be better? And if you didn't have a parent, or if you didn't have an upbringing that was positive, you're just one step behind. You're not down and out, because not everyone's going to have a wonderful childhood. Not everyone's going to have a silver spoon in their mouth. But you can always change where you're going. If you don't like where you are, change it. So your destination is exactly where you want it to be. If you end up someplace where you're not happy, change it. So in this video, we have a young boy who just finished watching a video. And the video was like an inspirational video or about trains or something. But look at his eyes. Look at his speech, his mindset. What is his mindset telling you? Because it's telling me something, and I'm sure it's going to show you something also. So this video is a boy who just finished watching a video, and he's talking to his mom about the video. So pay attention to him. Pay attention to his eyes and the way he thinks.
Off of that guy that he said he couldn't fly a helicopter in Jumanji. Just because, Mom,
No, this is not a movie.
He could do it. If he could do it.
This isn't a movie.
He believed in himself. And you can too.
Oh man, you gonna put it on me like that?
You can do anything that you want. You can get singing lessons, get a better job, make more money. You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do.
You're
It's
amazing.
not about it's not up to other people.
It's true.
It's up to you.
It's true. I love you.
Today we turn the food court
So you want to make sure you're ready for whatever's coming your way. Going back to the young boy, he had a growth mindset. He was ready to understand, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my life, and you can do it too. There was no limits, and you can easily say that the boy was living in a fantasy world and he wasn't trying to be an adult, because I understand being an adult is not rainbows and sunshine every day. It's a lot of hard work, especially if you want something out of your life. And if you can understand that that hard work is just there to refine you and to make you better, those challenges are there to help you grow, almost as fertilizer, so you can grow, get to the next stage, the next level. And if you can get to that point in your thinking and whatever you do and the challenges you face, you're going to be in a better position, because finding your mindset is the first step. And then the next step is to understand, are you living life with an abundant mindset, or are you living life with a limiting mindset? Because if you have a limiting life set, it's only going to slow you down, right? Things that should take you a week are taking you 3 weeks, right? Compound that until the end of your life. How many years were wasted, right? So you want to make sure that your mindset is focused on what you want to do. And if you can do that, then you're going to be on the right path to gaining an understanding of where you need to be. So the podcast or the video series will be about only 30 minutes. And I will do some clips on YouTube. So the clips will be on YouTube, so you don't have to watch the whole 30-minute thing. And there'll be clips focused on some of the primary focuses of each conversation. So today we're talking about mindset and how your mindset is there to help you and to help you get to the next level, right? So if you're having a hard time with your life, right? You're not living life on easy mode. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you are out of shape, if you're not in a relationship, that's a mindset problem. Because if you don't understand what's going on in your mind, it's going to be really hard for your mind to delegate the tasks accordingly to how it should impact your life. And if you can understand where you want to be, you can start to develop a plan of action to continue down the road, the right road, to your most desired life. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose. You have to be on purpose. You have to do the things that are going to help you grow. And if you can't do that, then that's where you should find people, surround yourself with people who have a positive mindset, who are maybe optimistic, who have a growth mindset where they're saying, you can do this, right? And if you're really having a hard time finding those people, you can hire a personal coach. You can find a mentor. And there's thousands of videos on YouTube where you can go there and you can find content to help you with your mindset. But that's the first stop, because a lot of people, they want these fancy cars, big houses, wonderful relationships, but they don't take the time to understand their mindset. They are complacent where they are, and they wonder why their life doesn't surmount to anything more than what it is. So in order for you to get a better mindset and to start to change your life for the better, you have to understand the simple fact that You are the superhero in your life. You make everything happen for the better or for the worst. There's no one to blame but yourself. If you find that you're not happy in an area of your life, it's because of you. And you might say that, oh, this person did that, this person did that. I understand that. But you have to hear this. At the end of the day, that has happened. That's in the past. If someone did wrong by you, understand that they did wrong to you and move on. You don't have to keep that person in your life anymore. And if you're not keeping them in your life, don't keep them in your mind. Understand the situation and what you learn from it, but then don't continue down the path of saying that you're a victim. Because that's our society right now. You have a society full of victims. You have a society full of people who are entitled and people who believe that they are guaranteed all these wonderful amenities for nothing. What have they done to earn those things? And a lot of them have done nothing. So, you want to make sure that you're taking time and putting in the effort to develop a mindset that's going to help you grow. And it doesn't come simply by saying, oh, I'm going to have a growth mindset. End of the day. It starts by you starting to do little things, controlling your schedule, defining what you want for your life, and doing it in small increments where it's not so severe. How many people have you seen or heard about want to go on a diet and they go cold turkey and they say, all right, I'm going to eat salads and I'm going to give up fast food and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get in shape. Right? You hear that a lot. And there's nothing wrong with that, but people are not able to sustain that type of thinking because they haven't developed the habits for that type of thinking. So if you want to go to the gym, if you want to eat healthy, you have to start off slower. So instead of going to the gym 7 days a week trying to get in shape, say you're going to go into the gym maybe 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And when it becomes a habit and a part of your routine in your lifestyle, you can crank it up. And then when you're in the gym, you can challenge yourself to do things that you weren't able to do on day one, whether it be run a mile, maybe lift a certain amount of weight, maybe join a yoga class, a basketball team, racquetball team, whatever. If you can start to have those small accomplishments, you're going to notice how your mindset starts to morph. And it's going to morph for the better, actually. It's going to morph into something where you're going to believe in yourself. You're going to believe that you can do things. So if you can get to that point, you're going to be better off in the whole scheme of your mindset. Because when it comes to Simone, when it comes to the person who fell on the track, when it comes to that young boy who was telling his mom that you can do anything in your life if you put your mind to it, it comes down to their mindset. And we lose that on our way to adulthood most of the time. When we're young, we have an imagination. We believe we can do anything. And then we're faced with reality. Life is tough. Life is hard. I have to work to eat. I have to do this and do that. I just can't eat hamburgers all day and watch Netflix because doing that is not conducive to a happy life. Yeah, it's easy to put off and it's easy to tell yourself that, you know what? I'm going to take the road with the least amount of resistance. And you can do that for a while, but there's going to come a point where you're going to say, you know what? This is not making me happy. Something is missing in my life. I feel like I need more. And that's where a lot of the issues come in. People want to change their careers. People want to leave their relationships because of their feelings. When most of the time it's not their feelings that are forefront. It's their way of thinking, their mindset about the whole situation. They will leave something stable in order to find something better. And I'm not saying that you can't have better in your life. And I'm not saying to accept what is inferior to what you deserve. What I'm saying is understand that there's worth in where you are right now and find that worth and then gauge it from there, because a lot of people fail to look at the worth of their relationship, of their career, and they jump ship before they can realize that that situation actually made them happy. There's a saying, you don't know what, basically is the saying is, you don't know what you miss until it's gone, or something like that. So just understanding simply that what you have right now is good, but how can you make it better? And sometimes, yeah, you do have to get rid of things in order to make room for new things, right? So if you have a house that's 1,500 square feet and you have, let's say, 900 square feet of goods, furniture, things like that, your house is going to be pretty filled already, right? Because of course you got to have your walkways and you have to have your open areas maybe. And for you to say, I have 1,500 square foot home, I need 1,500 square feet of belongings. And you can have that. But then it starts to get cluttered. So you're like, this house is too small. So I'm going to buy a bigger house. So you buy a bigger house. Let's say you buy a 2,500 square foot home. Now you have 1,500 square foot of belongings. You're in a 25 square foot home. You have 1,000 square feet to deal with, right? Oh, well, guess what? Now I'm going to add another 1,000 square feet of something. And you keep adding things until you're at 2,500 square feet again. And all of a sudden, you don't have enough room again. It's similar to a rat race when we look at how our mind is. And I'm not saying you have to be materialistic to go down this road, because a lot of people, they actually go down this road without even realizing it. They find a reason to be unhappy. They find a reason to say, you know what? You're not what I'm looking for, without even looking into what the other person is bringing into your life. Emotions have a negative effect mostly when it comes to mindset, because mindset is about believing in something that's certain, right? If I say I'm going to do something, it's going to be done. If I say I'm going to accomplish something, it's going to be complete. And that's mindset. If I feel like something is going to be complete, that's my emotions now. I feel like I can do it. Is that certain? Is it uncertain? It's uncertain. So we have to get away from that uncertainty in our life. Because if you're going to continue to have an uncertain type of mindset, your life is going to be uncertain. And in the moves you make and the things you do, things are going to continue to be uncertain. So we have to have specific goals into what we want to accomplish. So all in all, how do we get a strong mindset? And it begins with you defining what type of mindset you have. How do you feel on a given day? Do you feel confident? Do you feel like you can do anything? Do you feel like life is unfair? Do you feel like the government should pay your mortgage and all your bills and your schooling? Do you feel that the rich should pay more in taxes? Do you feel that you shouldn't have to work? Do you feel that you should be able to stay at home and get a check every week? What is your mind telling you, right? Where do you want to be? And after you have a list of all the things that you want, or all the things that you desire, start to see if those things are positive or negative for you and then the world as a whole. Because a fixed mindset person is selfish in a way. And I'm not saying that you can't have a growth mindset to be selfish, but a fixed mindset person believes that they are entitled, that they are going to live this life and that's it, right? So they don't say, "Oh, I'm good at basketball. Oh, I'm good at volleyball." They just say, "You know what? I'm really, really good at soccer, basketball, and football. I can't do that. Money, I'm not good at money. I can't do money. Math, reading, I suck at that. I was pretty good at art class, but everything else I wasn't good at." These are people who don't want to have challenges in their life. Yeah, if you're not good at something, guess what? Get better at it. And a lot of people don't want to put in the effort to get better. And the moment you tell someone, "Okay, well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you get better," they take offense. "You want to do what? You want to help me? Why? Because I suck? Because I'm not good enough?" They're taking it too personal. Those people have a hard time growing. And I admit, I remember when there was a time I was there. I think we all go through a developmental stage in our life where we have a fixed mindset and we have to determine if this fixed mindset is going to stay or do we need to get rid of it, right? And you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because if you're going to continue to live in your comfort zone the rest of your life, you're not going to go far. Because your comfort zone is only this big. It's only this big. And the whole world is out there for you to explore. So if you're going to stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to go far. But if you change your mindset to a growth mindset, now you're looking at something different. You're saying that you can do anything. With practice, maybe, right? I'm not saying that you're going to pick up a basketball and shoot a three-pointer like LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Steph Curry. You might not be able to do that right now. And that is the trick right now. It's not a determining factor for what is possible for you. So you can change things that you're not good at. You can become better at them. And you don't give up until you get the results that you're looking for. And a lot of people like to give up. They have a challenge, an obstacle, they fail a few times, and they say, "You know what, this is not for me." And now they're gone. They gave up and they're trying something different. And yeah, there's times when, even if you have a growth mindset, understanding that something is not for you is wisdom. I did this. I wasn't really the best of it, or I wasn't really the best at it, and I'm going to do something different, right? I don't call that failure. I don't call it backtracking. I call that a pivot. And we'll talk about pivoting on another show. But embracing your challenges, right? to go through all the struggles and to understand that this challenge is going to make me better, and to learn from people. That's why I tell people to start to look up material for changing your mindset to the way you want it to be, right? I have a lot of free articles on my website, revenconcepts.com. There's thousands of videos on YouTube, all about mindset, all about the psychology of the mind. And if you find yourself in an area where you are not good at, right, and that you can't do something, right, learn, right? Don't box yourself up with everyone else. If you don't know something, learn. We all have that ability. And I say, if you're not learning, you're dying. So you better get to learning. So how do you learn? That'll be another show, because we can get into it. But your mindset has to be focused on growing. And it has to be focused on wanting better for yourself, and to embrace all the hard work that is needed for the change. And if you can start to get that process underway, you're going to be in a better place in just a few months. You're going to see the difference in a little bit of effort that you put forward. So that little bit of effort is going to change your whole entire life. Imagine if you put in a lot. What happens if you put in massive amounts of effort? And that is where we need to be able to give massive amounts of effort. And even if you do something and it doesn't surmount to anything, understand that you are going after something, right? You are making progress in some way, whether it be mental, physical, or just an exterior calculus type of focus. So you're able to see growth in your number of friends, your followers, etc. So mindset is more than just, oh, I'm going to be optimistic. Oh, I'm going to be gung-ho about this, and I'm going to say yes. Jim Carrey, he said yes to everything, and how it changed his life. But that's not what your mindset is. Your mindset is how you're thinking on a daily basis, how you think at a particular moment, whether it be in your career, your relationship, when you get home after work. Where's your mindset? Are you quick to turn on the TV, sit on the sofa? Maybe you're quick to grab your cell phone and go to YouTube and watch YouTube videos. And that's fine if you're going to be watching things that are going to help and better you. But are you watching The Office again for the 7th time, the 8th time, the 9th time? What are you doing that's repetitive, that's not bringing you any growth? And it might bring you some happiness, but it's not bringing you growth. And I know some people say, oh, this is for my mental health. I need to do this to relax. Well, how much time do you need to relax? Do you need to relax 7 days a week, every day after work? I'm sure work is not going to be that stressful. And if you're working 7 days a week, then maybe get a job where you're only working 5 days a week if your life is really that stressful, or that career is really that stressful. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, I deserve this. I deserve this break. I worked all day. I just want to relax. A lot of people. I would even dare to say 60 to 80% of people are like that, where they come home and they relax by watching TV, by being on their phones, and then when it's time for bed, they don't have much to show from the time they got home to the time they went to bed. No books were read. Nothing was learned. What happened? A fixed mindset. They didn't want to face any challenges. They just wanted to vegetate. They wanted to remain calm. Okay. But you're going to be having a difficult life if you're taking the easy road now. And a lot of people don't realize that having an abundant life, being financially free, it doesn't come taking it easy now. It comes with you saying, you know what? I'm actually going to put in some effort today so my tomorrow can be better. And if you can understand that your tomorrow is going to be a determining factor for the rest of your life, for every tomorrow that you're going to have, if you can make your today good, your tomorrow better, and to continue that process, you're going to see the benefits that you gain from giving more, right? Because there's a benefit to having a strong mindset. There's a benefit for having a mindset that helps you grow. And that is an abundant life. And yeah, you can have fast cars and you can have big houses and you can have all the wonderful things in life that be it material. But you won't keep it if your mindset is not in abundance. Because at some point, you're going to become afraid to lose everything. And I don't know if you ever try to hold on to water, it's going to seep right through. It's going to seep right through. Even if you hold on to money, it's going to depreciate. Without you even letting go of your fingers, it's going to depreciate. So holding on to what was and not conforming to what needs to be happening can be a critical factor to your success or your failure. So you have to understand, mindset is more than just, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Mindset is actually everything. And that's what I do as a mindset coach. I help people understand where they are, ask them, where do they want to be? And then I help them get there. So wherever you are right now, it doesn't have to be your final destination. If you're not happy where you are, change it. And it starts with your mindset.